YTPC, Buckeye Piper here. Just headed home from a business trip. Have about, let's see what the old navigation tells me. About 87 miles to get to the house. So, didn't take any pipes or tobaccos with me, so I stopped at a cigar store yesterday, had a cigar, picked up Missouri Meerschaum corn cob just so I'd have one, and a couple ounces of their local jarred up luxury twist. Not bad. Got a nice Virginia taste in it. I don't know what all they mixed in it. I feel like I'm getting some black Cavendish out of that, but I don't think that's typical out of a luxury twist. It's more of a bullseye flake. I don't know that it's a Peter Stokely blend. It's Emerson Cigars. It's their house blend. But it's okay. It's okay. I like the Virginia, so it suits me well. Trusty Diet Dr. Pepper. So actually Diet Coke today. Trusty Diet Coke. Didn't grab the Diet Dr. Pepper. But anyhow, I thought I'd come on and talk a little bit today. A little bit more about leadership. So yesterday, got out of work, went over to Emerson Cigars. Thought I would be able to find some pipe tobacco, you know, the rare stuff, the good stuff. They had some of the Dunhills, but they're asking way too much, and I've got plenty of that right now anyway. Nothing really else that tickled my fancy. You know, most of the stuff I have in my humidor, my cellar. So wasn't anything I needed to rush out and buy. You know, they had some capstan that was 2 or 3 years old, and a few other things that were okay. They had some old Dark Fire, which would have been all right, but just didn't need any. So I sat down and I had a cigar. First cigar I've had in a while. Little smoky. Not super impressed. It's one of my go-tos. It was a Padron 5000 Maduro, and I gotta tell you, I think I'm more of a converted pipe smoker than a cigar smoker. Now, I still like cigars, so I'm not gonna throw away my humidors yet. I have too much invested in those, so I'll smoke them or trade them or whatever. But a little disappointed. So it gave me an idea. One thing I'm going to be doing when I have a little more time, I'm going to do a series on, it's not a series, it'll just be a single video, pipes versus cigars. There are advantages and disadvantages of both. Both certainly have their place. And I was kind of thinking about that last night as I was smoking a cigar and missing my pipe. But that's future state. That's to come down the road. Anyhow, as I was enjoying my cigar yesterday, I met up with a younger man who is in IT, and he was having a cigar. In fact, the lounge was packed, right? And he's working on his master's. And so he was talking about his company and about some of the things they've got going on, and some of the things they're not doing, all the rumors that they're going to be downsizing and closing, and just a lot of things of that nature, and stuff they've lost sight on and focus on. So we got to talking about communication, and communication in terms of leadership, which is critical. If you hear nothing else I say in this video, whether you're, again, a leader at work, a leader in your home, a leader in your community, communication is the foundation of everything. Without good communication, you, in my opinion, can have nothing else. Period. End of story. Don't care how good you are, how much you know, what you've done in the past. And he is experiencing the negative effects of a company that's not communicating with him. So I got to share, as we sat there and had a cigar, I shared some of my leadership philosophies and thoughts with him. And I'll share some of those with you today. First of all, communicate everything you can to all those that you are responsible for. And again, I'm not just talking work, folks, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just talking work. This is in your home life too. And it goes for children you're responsible for. It goes for maybe your parents that have moved in with you because they're elderly and you're responsible for them. Communicate constantly with them. And communicate doesn't mean just saying hi in the morning and that's it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Communicate and listen. Listen to what's going on. You know, when you look at companies that get themselves in trouble, it's typically, almost always, because they quit listening to people. Same thing with household. Same thing with marriages. My first marriage, I'll share this, failed because I quit listening. So it's always about communication. Not communication for you just to talk. And I'm sorry if my phone's rattling around. I don't know how that's going to translate on video. We'll see. Hopefully it stabilizes. But anyhow, communication. Communicate all you can to those that you are responsible for. By that, I don't mean go and share a bunch of confidential information. There are things in leadership and in parenthood and in every other aspect that you cannot communicate. Whether it's a company that's getting bought out or in the process of restructuring or something of that nature, you can't communicate that until there's a time and a place to do so. So you're probably thinking, hey Buckeye, well how the hell am I supposed to communicate anything? What do you want me to do? Lie to them? Absolutely not. Communicate what you can. An example, somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I hear all this stuff, we're going to be downsizing, we're going to be doing all this, people are going to lose their jobs. First of all, thank them for coming to you. The fact that they're still coming to you means that they still trust and value you. When people quit coming to you, you've got a problem, a big problem. Thank them. Share what you can. Understand their concerns. You know, hey, I understand what you're telling me here, Jimmy. I appreciate you bringing me these concerns. I know there's a lot of change going on right now. You know, here are some things I'd be able to share with you. Whatever you can share, you know. What you don't want to do is overshare or share sensitive information that'll get you in trouble and or make the situation worse. So you have to perfect this skill. It's not an overnight skill. But hey, Jimmy, yes, there are changes coming. We're not at a place to announce these changes right now. However, rest assured, all decisions that are being made in the best interest of all the teammates, associates, employees here, or are being made in the best interest of you, our children, whatever the situation is. You've validated their concern. You've listened. They've heard you. Okay? Now, they know that you will share with them, and they know they're being heard. Next thing, when it comes to communicating with somebody, for the love of all that's holy, explain the why. This is my pet peeve as a senior leader. People will go out and say, this is what we're going to do because John said we're going to do it. BS. That's weak. That's not what a leader does. Let me relight here for a second. When you're a leader, you don't communicate he said, they said, John said, she said. It's we said, ours, theirs. It's us. It's not they. Us, not they. Explain the why. Why are we making this change? People want to know. You're talking about people's livelihoods. You're talking about people who may be scared for their job. People who may be in, knee deep in debt and need every penny they make. And what the hell am I going to do if I lose this job? Explain the daggone why. Yes, there's a change coming. Here is why we are making this change. When at all possible, give them the whiff 'em. What's in it for me? Yes, we're making a change. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable for you at first. However, here's why we're making a change. And long term, here's what's in it for you. People will buy into that. You have got to get buy-in anytime you make a change. So far we've got communicate all you can communicate as much as you can to kill the rumor mill. Don't make up lies. Don't try to hide stuff. People will see right through that. You don't want to do that. Communicate the why. And then lastly, close the loop. This is another big one. If somebody brings you a question and has a concern or an issue, and you thank them for bringing that to you, and you don't have an answer, go find the daggone answer. Go back to that person and close the loop. Tell them the why. This is what's going on. This is why we made the decision. Here's the path forward, and this is how business is going to change. Don't leave them hanging out there. When you leave people hanging out there, what are they supposed to think? I can tell you what they think. They think you don't care, or you don't know. And both of those are dangerous. Not only at home, but in the business world. Dangerous. If the folks you're responsible for think you don't care or you don't know, you might as well pack your bags. You're in trouble. So during the conversation with this young man, we talked a lot about these points. I seen him get out his iPhone, and he starts taking some notes. And hey, John, what's your name? What's your last name? Where you work? Do you mind if I cite you in my paper? Because my paper I'm writing here for my MBA really talks a lot about communication and really touched on a lot of what you and I just discussed. Can I use some of this? Absolutely, you can use it. Use it, learn from it, spread it. These aren't original John Buckeye Piper ideas. These are ideas I've learned over the years, and maybe have added a few things or twisted a few things to make them work for me. But just wanted to jump on. I don't know about this luxury twist, Emerson's blend. I feel like I get some black Cavendish, but it's not listed as one of the notes, but it's definitely Virginia. And it also feels like I get some nuttiness of Burley, but I don't think that's in there either. But it's pretty dry. But for a smoke hole, when you got nothing else, I'll take it. Always good to smoke a cob. But anyhow, folks, no matter, again, if you're a leader in your home, a leader in your community, a leader in the workplace, and you don't have to have a title to be a leader. That's a topic for another day. Just because your title doesn't say manager, that don't mean bump diddly squat. You could be a leader without a title. And a lot of good leaders lead without titles. Again, that's a topic for another day. But I thought it was an important message to share, because just uplifting and talking with him gave me a couple of ideas of what I could do differently in and this stupid phone thing is going to be the death of me. I can tell already. It's pissing me off. Anyhow, we're going to wind it up because this phone thing's dying. Want y'all to be safe out there. Think about this communication and how you can improve your communication to those that need you in their life, in your life. And if this video helped anybody, great. If not, nothing else, it helped me get 15 more minutes down the road talking to my friends at the YTPC and sharing a few things and sharing a bowl with you. So anyhow, wishing you all the blessings in the world. You guys stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you later. Sorry for all the funky camera things. I thought I had it dialed in, but apparently not. We'll catch you next time. YTPC, be good. Hey everybody, one thing I wanted to add to the back of this video, I just listened to it. This is critical too, in terms of communication. Anytime you can engage your team and get their ideas and buy-in before you have to make a change, that is a gold mine. My recommendation, schedule meetings, present out what has to be done, give your teams the chance to solve the issue without you solving it for them. If you give your teams a chance to solve an issue without you dictating what they're going to do, and you use their idea, they will run through a brick wall to make that idea work for you. I've seen it many times. So when at all possible, and I forgot to mention this earlier, engage your teams. Get that communication out. Here's where we need to go, future state, everybody. Here's where we're thinking about changing. Now I want to hear from you. What's going to work? What's not going to work? These are the folks on the floor that are doing the job all day, every day, and know the job better than any leader in the building, because, you know, Mr. Sam used to, you know, when he was starting up Walmart, he would skip right over the managers, and the first people he would talk to in his stores would be the cashiers. And the reason being is he wanted to hear what the customers were saying when people were checking out. You know, what are they saying about our prices? What are they saying about different assortments? And he knew that the cashiers would shoot him straight and not put some kind of management spin on it like managers tend to do. So, you know, even Mr. Sam, I stole that from him. Engage your people. Listen to what they have to say. Get their buy-in. If you can't use what they give you, explain the why. We're always coming back to that. It's simple. Communicate all you can. Get your team to buy in as much as you can and use their solutions as much as possible. Explain the why, close the loop. If you do those things as a leader, again, whether it's in your house or whether it's in your job or whether it's in your church or wherever, you are going to be very, very successful in anything that you do. Again, just wanted to add that to the back of it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you stuck through all of it, thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you later. Buckeye Piper out.